happy. We are delighted that he signed for us. Well, he's a young player. He's English. He's homegrown, very young, but with the experience of playing in a championship. We are playing for the next season, and he was for a long time. He was on our radar, and to be fair, it was more a plan for the next season, but it's good to have him now, of course.
How did the deal come together? Because Everton were thought they were pretty close to signing him, but you moved in very quickly.
Very quickly. I mean, we didn't react on Everton. I told you that he was that we've been tracking him for a long time, and of course there were not only Everton. There were a few other clubs that wanted him, but at the end, I mean, we didn't jump in after we heard that some other clubs are interested in him, but according to the television and all that, he was quite close to sign for Everton. But then we knew that we have a good chance, and we are delighted at the end that he came to us.
The player himself says that he was very much persuaded by what you said to him. Can you give us a flavour of what you said?
Nothing. I told him no. I told him that I like young players, and that I like. I told him my opinion about him, and in which rooms he can and he should improve, and he liked it. And I didn't promise him anything like guaranteed, but I promised him that we. What he really liked is that he found out that we were watching him for quite a long time, and he realized that we were kind of serious about him and that we have big plans with him. But it's up to him to show us in trainings and in games his improvement, and I think that he realized that we have a good plan and big project, and he wants to be a part of it. And as I said, there's nothing like deep behind that, like some kind of strategy or whatever. It was very simple talk, and after the talk he decided to join us, and as I said, we are happy, and I think it's a good move for him.
And just at what point might you introduce him into the bench first, perhaps, and then the team itself?
Well, we're gonna see. I told you I will be open and said that he was more for us for the next season, because at the moment at those positions we have a couple of we have Carl Jenkinson, who is on loan from Arsenal, and at the beginning of the season Arsenal said that this is his last year, that they're gonna give him to us on loan, and then we started to look to fill that gap, let's say. We have Tompkins there, we have Joey Bryan, who was long injured and all that. We lost a few players from last season, like Guy Demel and all that, so we need it. And but he came now, and it is only a plus, for us. But I can't tell you now when he's going to play and all that.
About 10 days left before the window closes. How much more business have you got to do? You're looking for a striker still?
Yeah, but not big time, not necessarily like we are not panicking in that. I mean, you know that we have a couple of players injured still, but they're coming back. Both of them should be fit early or mid-February. We are talking about Carroll and Sacco. On the other hand, there are a couple of players that may leave the club. Maybe Zárate, maybe Jelavic, and then if that happens, and it may happen, then we're gonna try to get one striker. Yeah.
How close is Zárate? That seems to be quite close, going to Fiorentina.
But you know, in football, it's sometimes it looks close, and then it's not. or the other way around. But it looks quite close that he's going to go to Fiorentina.
Of the many names which have been thrown around in your direction, Daniel Sturridge is one of them. He might be.
That is only a rumor. I mean, there's nothing behind it. To be fair, nothing behind it. I mean, I'm not talking about do we want or whatever. Like he's Daniel Sturridge is Daniel Sturridge. I mean, he's a big player, big name, a great player. But that's only paper talk.
But if he became,
I don't know if. What if I would take Messi also? But it's only if. So there's nothing like in it.
What are your thoughts on West Ham joining the top 20 of the world's richest clubs?
I mean, that doesn't change a thing for us on a daily basis. Work. I mean, still we have the same team, the same player, the same camp, and all that. So it's more for business people, you know, to see West Ham as a club that is growing and the club with big potential and everything. But it doesn't give us more chances in a game against City on Saturday. So, but for business people, it also shows like that club is moving forward, like big steps. Yeah, but we have to match it on a roster and on the pitch. Yeah, with the quantity and quality of players.
Just finally for me, if I could, but there's been a lot of talk about doping in football. Arsene Wenger has talked about it. The UK athletics drugs testers are talking about it. What are your thoughts on doping in football? Is it naive to believe that there isn't any doping in football?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I see them here, like especially when we win the games, they are here. So they think that we have won the games with doping or whatever. But I can't answer that question. All that I can say is that we should all be united in the fight against doping. To be fair, I think that doping is, maybe I'm naive in that, but I really think that doping was connected and is still connected with individual sports, not with football. Because UEFA and FIFA and FA are really strict in that, and they are doing all they really can, because as I told you, like they were in these 22 rounds or whatever, they were 5 or 6 times here checking the players. The last time it was after the game against Bournemouth, and they are doing their job, and I really think that, as I said, it's more for individual sports. Yeah.
Thank you.
Manchester City next. A word on Manuel Pellegrini. He's been heading up Manchester City under a lot of pressure. You know, for weeks and weeks there's been talk about Pep Guardiola coming to the Premier League and many people linking him to Manchester City. How do you feel he's been doing under those circumstances?
Well, if you're a Manchester City manager, then the pressure comes with the territory. I mean, as soon as you sign, you're under pressure in West Ham, at any club nowadays, especially in those big guns like Man City is. But he's handling that pressure and that situation like with ease. I think he's so strong mentally and so experienced that he's basically above that situation, and as I said, he's doing that with ease.
The game at this current point in the season could actually be quite fundamental for Manchester City in their title challenge. Do you feel that West Ham are going to have a big say in who wins the title this year?
Yeah, but not only us. I mean, we are talking about fundamentally games for weeks now, and we're going to talk for sure after this week. Is going to be another another key, a crucial game, either for the teams who want to win the league or for the teams who want to qualify for Europe or for the teams who want to stay up. It's that kind of the league, and no matter, and it's quite amazing that it's not cup, it's a league, and you have 38 games, so at least you think, okay, maybe few games are going to be without that kind of a pressure, but no, I mean, it's so tight and it's so demanding that every game is fundamental, as you have mentioned. So for them, it's also, I mean, still in one hand, after our game, there are still many games to be played. But on the other hand, you can't afford to lose many points, no matter what your goal is. So, but it ain't a key game for them. I mean, the gap is not big. I mean, there is no gap at all, to be fair. So, in one hand, they can afford not to win or to lose a game. But then the next one's going to be fundamental, as you said. Yeah.
Any more update on team news?
We have Sergio Aguero back. He's been through lately through a lot of setbacks regarding his injuries, and I'm glad for him that he will join us today, and hopefully he's going to be fit for long term now. James Tompkins, he has a small injury from game against Newcastle. He's going to try today individually, and then if he's good, then he's going to join us in the training tomorrow before a game to see is he going to be available for Saturday. All the others are good, apart from 3 of them who didn't play against Newcastle. So if we are talking about Carroll, Sacco, and Lanzini, they are still out, but their recovery is going well, and they should be back ahead of a schedule. So something like mid-February or early February, at least one of them. Yeah.
You beat Manchester City the last time that you played them. What have you made of them since that game in September?
Well, they are they have quality. That quality is amazing. They have like around 20 players who are players with class, with great quality, who cost a lot of money, and they are definitely one of the favorites to win the league. But like other big teams, they are also not that consistent, which is not their failure. I mean, it's not only them; it's all the big clubs. They are doing like ups. They have their ups and downs, which shows that more than previous seasons. Okay, but it shows that the smaller clubs, let's say, have closed the gap, and it's very demanding league. So they're also doing well, and they are there. As I said, the team with a lot of class in it, the team that can change the game, like against Watford. They can look like average or below their standards for 80 minutes, and then in space of 2 minutes, with 2 great individual class like Yaya Toure and Aguero, they turn a game. So basically, you have to be concentrated whole 90 minutes, but not even that. You have to be lucky, like we were, for example, in the game against City away, that we were good. We scored 2 goals and all that, but then in the second half, we have to say that they were much better than us. So you have to have a perfect game to have a chance of getting anything from that game. We done it. We have done it not only against them, but also against more big clubs, and we have the confidence. But we know that we will have to be on top of our game to to get anything from the game.
And Aguero seemed to come back in form against Crystal Palace last weekend. How important do you think he is to that Manchester City side?
Well, the strikers. I mean, it is that position, and that position is the most important one. That's why they cost that kind of a money, and that's why he's Aguero. And Aguero, yeah, he's back in form. He's definitely, for me, one of the best. And if I'm talking about the best, I don't talk about top hundreds, but top 5 strikers in the world. And for me, he is definitely there. And he scored a couple, and he's back in form. I mean, he wasn't out of form, but he was injured, and then he also needed few games or whatever to come back. He's unbelievable. Of course, he's quick, he's lethal, he's great in the box, he's very clever in the box, he's very patient in the box, his movements is unbelievable. And if you add to that the service from Silva, from De Bruyne, from Yaya Touré,
Okay, thanks, guys.
but we are confident. We are confident. I mean, and we've done it before, so we don't have to dream. Can we do something that other clubs has done? No, we have done it this season very lately. So, with the greatest respect to them, and I really think they are the best side in England. We are playing home, and we've been playing home recently really well. I mean, our last game in a league was against Liverpool, and we beat Liverpool 2-0. We played really good, and we are hoping, and we are also expecting to play good, and that should give us good chances to get something from the game.